close. Hi. Oh, we're up to 12 seconds already. Okay, so I'm just getting a grip on making sure I'm close enough to the mic so that we're settling volume issues. Now, Dennis, I still wanted to talk to you, honey, because you had left a comment a few days ago on the site, which Brian and I actually did address in the videos we filmed together that we cannot upload. You were asking what would be the first three things that Brian would do once he ascends to the throne of England, which is the throne of David, and belongs to the returned Christ. It's his. The first thing that he said he would do, there is actually a plan out there that he wrote out years ago, but one of the first things that we would do is to freeze all stock markets, all currency exchanges, just freeze all of the currencies. One of the greatest rip-offs is foreign exchange. It's all the Jews. It's all the Khazar Jews. They're the ones reaping the profits through the foreign exchange rates that they establish. They cause the up and down. It's all their system. So we would freeze anything. So I suggest anybody who's out there doing foreign exchange, whatever, it's going to be a thing of the past. So that would be immediately frozen. And of course, I come in with the next thing that we do. We would get food to everybody who is starving. You know, the exchange can be frozen, you know, technology, but there would be, we would get food. And I was joking, but I was actually serious. I said to Brian, you know, we'll ground all the flights. Nobody's flying anywhere for a holiday. All of the airline food that's already prepared and is already hot, we'll just get it into those nations where people are starving. Now, you know, Brian, of course, was talking about growing crops, etc. Of course, that will come later. But he, you know, we've got to get food immediately. Just get it out there. It's all being stopped and controlled again by them. The military forces, if you like, would become the true peacekeepers until everything settles down, and we would use the army, the air force to get food to people so that we are immediately addressing the issue of people who are starving. Look, I walk through things prophetically in my life, and I have a son called Adam. I have 4 children. They're all of their names are prophetic. Now, Adam, who is a type 1 diabetic, has been since he was 9 years old. He phones me on occasion, and he has phoned me starving. He has had nobody give him a job, this kind of thing, and he is starving. Nobody around him has money, and he has been without food for several days. As you know, as a diabetic, that's not good. So I've done the only thing that I could do within my power, because I'm here in Victoria and he's hundreds of miles away in Sydney, is that I would phone the closest Domino's or the closest pizza joint. It happens to be Domino's here, and I organised through the internet, paying with my credit card, you know. Or actually it's a Visa debit card, don't have a credit card anymore, that got maxed out years ago and I haven't paid it, of course. Yeah, is to organise the delivery of pizzas to him. Well, that feeds him and his mates around him who are in the same boat, starving. And he said to me, if I eat at the beginning of the day, I can get through the rest of it. But when I'm starving, I can't think straight. I have no energy to do anything. Well, guess what? His name is Adam. That's indicative of that part of mankind that is starving. So that's one of the first things that will be organised, Dennis, is to get food to the nations that are starving. And you know, of course, you know, the growing of it and, you know, all of that comes after. The immediate issues are to get food to those who are starving, whatever which way that we can. There is so much, of course, to handle at the same time. I don't know whether I can remember. What was it that Brian was saying? You asked for 3 things. That, to me, is the most critical, get food to people. Of course, the plan for the kingdom is that you know, everybody will have housing supplied. You know, the essentials of life are food, clean water. All water will have silver in it. And, of course, housing, shelter to keep warm, clothing. This era that we live in is, we have the technology, the radio signal, which is our cell phone, that we all pay a matzo for every month, being ripped off by the Jews. It's free. Electricity, there's abundant supply through thermal dynamics in the earth. There's that, if you like, niche out there who's going on about anti-gravity propulsion and free energy and this, that, the other. That's become their banner to wave. Well, it's really, really simple. As Brian says, you don't reinvent the wheel. The oil is there for mankind to use. It's all about the management. We don't, it's not reinventing the wheel. There's free energy. Drill down far enough into the thermal dynamics of the earth. The earth is at whatever temperature it is, creating steam. There's your thermal. There's free energy. It's all around us. He's developed his over-unity magnetic motor, yes, just to prove that he can do it. However, it's all around us. So we will remove, everything will become freely available that he's provided from the beginning. And it will mean that there'll be no restraint for the righteous who are on the earth, on the other side, in the north side of the Milky Way galaxy, will be taking over the management of the resources that are already here for mankind. It's already about the resources. I did talk to the other day, because there are those coming in, this is not your question, Dennis, but vegetarianism. Jesus was never a vegetarian. In those days we ate lamb and fish. Peter was a fisherman. They're all fishermen. And we ate lamb that was cultivated for mankind to eat. It's all about the management. Animals raised in love and care. Sherry, darling, you get to look after all the animals. Their soul belongs to moi, the mother of all living. It's all about the cycle of life. And the animal kingdom understands their place and their soul. And so they're not offended to lay down their life for God in the flesh, who is Yahweh and Asherah and all of their offspring. So again, it's all about the management. And don't be offended, vegetarians. I tried vegetarianism several times in my life, and for the last week in the running up to Finding, because I read all the Essene rewrites of the Essene Gospels out there, again deluding a whole bunch of people. That Jesus that they are worshipping is not Brian. Again, Brian is today exactly as he was then. He offended a hell of a lot of people then. He told the snakes and the vipers where they would end up. That's this time now. He was not a vegetarian. However, it's about respect and the love and the care for all of the creation. So, my run-up to the vegetarian, when my first conversation, I said, oh, by the way, do you eat meat? He laughed and he said, yes, of course. And I went, thank God, because this is killing me. And my sister can testify. The pain, it's all to do with the enzymes, it's all to do with the proteins, etc., the balance of our bodies, all good things grown for our edification of this flesh body, and we don't have problems. So we're removing all chemicals. Everything will be truly organically grown. It's all out there. We know it's all been suppressed. We've all been along the journey. All of those restraints will be removed. Big Pharma, goodbye Big Pharma. It's all about the alternative therapies that have been working, and keeping healthy using, yes, the Robert Beck protocol that we introduced into Papua New Guinea with the AIDS cure. All of these things freely available. In the kingdom, it will be that people will, those who have not reached the maturity of their souls this side of the galaxy and reach the immortality of their flesh body, they will, if they still remain having crossed over into the heavenly realm, remember, no evil can enter the heavenly realm, that's what it's all about, then they will continue to live and to die and then be reborn again into paradise when there is